is big brands licensed, our brand lost for most of the categories, primarily clothing and accessories. Yeah, we've been working really hard on launching our carbon wrap technology around the world. We have it up and running in most of the major surfboard markets. I consider Brazil to be one of the top 5 surfboard markets in the world. But because of political and kind of government issues here in Brazil, it's a lot harder to import, and it's a lot harder to keep things going on the same business model as other countries. I'm here now, we just started the process of developing and building these boards here in Brazil, in Sao Paulo to be direct. It's going to be a little bit of a process, but we'll have some really cool things to show in November. The EPS is kind of EPS everywhere, the styrofoam, you know. And we're going to be importing the special materials like the carbon wrap and the deck carbon. There's a few specific materials that we'll be importing, but because they're small and light and not a very high cost material, it will be able to do that. So we're using some of the materials exactly the same that we're using around the world. And I think that the raw materials for epoxy surfboards in Brazil are good. And then you have the fact where we use the same machines, the same program. So I'm confident we can do it well. I think it's good. I think it's, you know, whenever you get a lot of people together that are trying to do the same thing, good things happen. You know, competition breeds progress. So if you get a lot of surfboard shapers, a lot of glassers, you get a lot of the raw material guys, they're all going to get together and have ideas. They're going to push each other. And when they push each other, things get better. The competition, and you grow creativity, you're going to grow the product. And I think it can be good. Different materials will bring different designs, because if you can make it lighter and retain strength, then you can make it smaller, because it takes less volume to be buoyant enough to paddle and stay on top of the water. So as the materials you can start creating lighter and stronger boards. You can also become more minimalistic with the amount of volume. To explain it simply, there's like the bro ideas and then the pro ideas. So a new shape with pros, it's kind of like an ongoing, non-stop battle with all these different athletes and surfers. And occasionally we'll try something outside of the box, and that'll just strike a chord and go, hey, that's different than what we've been doing. It looks a little different, it rides different. The surfer's stoked on it, I'm stoked on it. Let's make it a model. We think that, you know, people will like it. So we'll make it for like 5 other good surfers and hey, what do you think, what do you think, what do you think? So right now we're coming out finally, after 10 years of working together, maybe more, we're coming out with a Mason Ho model. His first pro model he's ever had. He's like 26 years old. So we're doing a Mason Ho pro model. It's going to be called the Voodoo Child. That was a pretty natural process, and it's basically me as a craftsman working with an athlete for all the feedback. I've yet to ride this model personally, but because of his feedback and a couple people around him, I'm confident it's going to be a model. And it's not built for guys like me. Now, that's not to say I didn't just shape myself one, but it's 6'4" by 21 and 40 liters of volume. So I'm going to get out there and ride it, but the board's not really for me. It's for guys like him and kids and younger, faster, quicker guys. The other side of the coin is the boards that are designed primarily around my own surfing, which is very pedestrian. I mean, I can surf, and like everyone, I love to get photos and video of me surfing and show the world that I know how to surf. But I'm very average, you know, and I'm big, and I'm a little overweight, and I'm, not an athlete. So I figure if I can make boards that I can ride, and if I can navigate lineups, catch set waves, deal with crowds, ride the waves to the best of my ability, then if there's a board that works good for me and all that, then it's a pretty safe bet that I can turn that into a commercial board that's good for the legions and legions of surfers like me out there in the world. So a lot of my boards, like my domesticated series, going back to like the couch potato, the lazy boy, the bottom feeder, the puddle jumper, literally I was the team rider. I was the R&D vehicle to develop these surfboard models.